So, Max Crosby is hoping that the Las Vegas Raiders sign Aaron Rodgers this offseason. He had this to say: I think he's going to have a big year this year, and I hope it's in our town. The first year of an Achilles injury is one of the hardest things to do. Struggled early on, but he got better as the season went on. He definitely does have a point there with his last quote about the Achilles injury. I think we all kind of didn't really pay attention to that. I mean, just take a look at what Kirk Cousins did post his Achilles injury. He looked like a grandpa out there, man. Could not move, could not do anything. Aaron Rodgers, first year back, all things considered, of that Achilles injury. He looked good, man. He looked good. And not only that, but he had some moments and plays where he actually moved with his legs as well. So I'd be interested to see what he does look like 2 years away from the Achilles injury. But, you know, Aaron Rodgers to the Las Vegas Raiders, I don't know, man. Raiders fans, talk to me. Do you want this to happen? Now, I know Max Crosby is the guy there in Las Vegas for sure, an elite pass rusher. But I think we should just all remember that he did co-sign on the Raiders re-signing Antonio Pierce. And, you know, I still think Antonio Pierce is a pretty cool guy. I feel like he is definitely a player's head coach, but he definitely wasn't qualified to be a head coach in the NFL. So if you're just a follower of Max Crosby and you agree with whatever he says, I just want you to keep that in mind. He also co-signed Antonio Pierce, so maybe him approving of Aaron Rodgers and wanting Aaron Rodgers should be obviously taken with a grain of salt. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I could potentially see this happening, maybe, just maybe, if the Raiders don't get Sam Darnold. Like, hypothetically, if the Giants don't, if somehow, some way, Sam Darnold goes to New York and he signs with Big Blue, then yeah, I could definitely see the Raiders bringing in Aaron Rodgers for a year. Absolutely. But I don't think that's bound to happen. Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he really wants to stay in New York, in New Jersey. So I feel like him going to the Giants is very, very likely. And, you know, I don't know how that's going to work out. I really don't. But, hey, man, it's pretty entertaining. Reality TV at its finest. Aaron Rodgers, Malik Neighbors, why not? Why not let it fly, see what happens? You know, there's reports of him being extra motivated and, oh, it makes a lot of sense. And local New York talk radio talking about how the Giants could be competitive in 2025. Well, I don't know, man. I thought he was kind of embarrassed after the Achilles injury. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting injured. It happens. But the fact that it only happened 4 plays into the season with the amount of hype Aaron Rodgers had with the New York Jets is why it was embarrassing. So I thought he was extra motivated last year, and there's a lot of talking heads talking about how Aaron Rodgers is just going to be extra motivated this year. I don't buy that, man. I don't buy that. I feel like he was extra motivated this past year, and granted, he played decent, but clearly he's not Aaron Rodgers from mid-2010s or whatnot, so I don't know how much better he's going to look with the Giants, hypothetically, in 2025. I think he might look a little bit better because what we just touched on, the Achilles injury. But I don't know, man. It's really a coin flip. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure if the Giants and the Jets play this year. I don't think they do because they play once every 4 years, but that would be insane TV if hypothetically they do. I hope they do. Haven't checked the schedule, but hope that happens. Also, other Raider news, they cut Gardner Minshew. We all saw this coming, clearing up some cap space for this upcoming offseason. Definitely a no-brainer move right there. He signed a 2-year, 25 mil deal with the Raiders last offseason. Pretty insane bag for Gardner Minshew, so shout out to Gardner's agents. Definitely a feat there. And cutting him will free up 6.3 mil in cap space, so definitely a great move. And damn, Gardner Minshew's only 28. I feel like he's a lot older than that. I feel like he's been around forever, man. But, well, good for him. And honestly, I like Gardner Minshew. I'm sure he'll be in the league for another 10 years. I feel like he's a pretty competent backup if you have to have him play for a few games here and there. But to have him be your week 1 starter just isn't the move. It was never the move. Maybe back in Jacksonville, his first 2 years in the league, it kind of worked. But come on, at this point, the Raiders were just so crazy to have that QB room a year ago with Desmond Ridder, Gardner Minshew, and Aiden O'Connell. And I don't know, I like Antonio Pierce, like I just said, but he was really set up to fail, truly. That's his QB room, and they wanted Antonio Pierce to be successful, so I don't know, maybe he was set up to fail, some sort of conspiracy there, I'm not sure, but regardless, it's going to be a new era in Las Vegas, and I'm excited to see what Pete Carroll, Tom Brady, and whoever they bring in as their quarterback will do for this upcoming year. But yeah, if I had to make a prediction right now, I don't think Aaron Rodgers will end up in Las Vegas. I think he's going to go to the Giants, if anywhere. If not the Giants, who knows? I feel like he might retire, hopefully. I hope he retires. But I really think Sam Darnold is going to go to the Raiders. Tom Brady already had conversations about Sam Darnold joining the Raiders, so I feel like there's definitely mutual interest in there. Plus, the Raiders have a ton of cap space to make him a pretty offer. So I just feel like it's a no-brainer. Will Sam Darnold work out with the Raiders? Maybe, just maybe. I mean, it's definitely an upgrade from what they've had the past 2-3 years. So I feel like if they do sign Sam Darnold, it's definitely a win for everybody involved. Definitely Raider fans. Yeah, man, we're getting closer and closer to the draft. Let me know how you feel at this point in the offseason. Free agency is right around the corner as well. Let me know what you think about Aaron Rodgers, Gardner Minshew, the Raiders, everything else in between. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the video to help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
You're right, Jim. It is a beautiful day, and on days like this, the best team usually wins because the weather is going to have no effect on all the talent on the field. The throwers and catchers and ball carriers, they don't have to worry about the elements. They can just go out there and show the talent.
The Browns setting up here for the kickoff. And Curley's going to be deep here for the opening kick. Morris lined up as the single back. And Morris has got it on the handoff. He's brought down at the 23-yard line. Trying to establish the run, but there's nothing there here at the start.
Well, he didn't pick up many yards that time, no doubt about it, but that's a bad job by the running back. He picked the wrong side to run to. Nobody was blocked to the side he went to. Oh, I loved it when I was a quarterback, throwing screens or throwing short passes to the running backs and watch them catch it and get those big yards. It was awesome to get cheap yards like that.
For a gain of about 5. Second down coming up. Morris is in the backfield. Takes the hit, throws. The the Jets are at the line facing third down, which was not an issue for them last week as they converted a number of times in crucial situations. And the catch by Alfred Morris.
You know, when you throw the football like that down the field, you pick up a first down, now you can do anything you want on the offensive side, and you got that defense guessing.
And Morris is going to secure the handoff.
Holding offense.
That penalty is, of course, going to be accepted by the defense. First down on the way. And Morris is handed the football. And they advance the ball onto the other side of the field.